All right, what's going down, Soto Nation? This is your boy DJ, Just J, with JustDimes.com, as well as the Soto You Dig, Soto Sports, Soto Politics, the Guru and the Whore, Morning Soto, and Soto Gaming. So shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. Shout out to my sister Packer Girl. Shout out to my guy Brian, aka the Relationship Rehab, the Guru. Shout out to my guy Kingland, aka Shouty King, and shout out to my sister Tanisha. Bye out. Got it knocked out, baby. What's going down, Soto Nation? We already have 20 people in the building. That is freaking amazing. Like, I literally just hit the start button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into this. We're not going to even waste any time. Let me give a couple shout outs real quick. We give a shout out to a very particular person. Hairbox Fool is his name. And he says, I'm from the UK. I can't believe this has reached America. He said, the woman is still upset with him about it. She is angry that he does not see her as a real woman. I'm going to get into all of this. So shout out to Hairbox Fool. Thank you very much for hitting me up. Simply Deep 1985, Leslie Taylor, Dan Talley, Revy Guns, Irby Font, Sinead 43, Keenan Lamont. Hold on. I'm skipping. Mo, Common Sense. What's going down? Sesquipedalian Mug. What's going down? See, John Gilliam, what up? Rowena Nusky, what up? June Lewis, how are you? Dwayne Boyd, what up? OKC is my city. What's up, my guy Tori? Peace, bro. Peace, peace. Let me see. PT Cruising. Oh, PT Cruising. Okay, I like that. What up? Ronnie Williams, what's up? Black, what's going down? Black, you guys hit the thumbs up when you come in so I can go ahead and get this thing started. Let me see. Alabaster, what's going down? Storm, what's up? Ernest Big EC, what's going on? Candace Langley, what up? Holmes Carrier, what up? Your designated shooter, hey, what's going down? Roy Williams in the building, my God, what up? Chorus 15, Chorus, my bad, here you go. You now have the power. There he is, my guy Eric James, man. I texted you the other day, brother. I hope you got my text. So, I was checking on you, man. Make sure everything was good. What up, what up? And Eric Blake, what's going down, Eric Blake? I haven't forgot about you guys. And I literally, before I even started the show, I got a donation. So I have to oh, wow. I got two, actually. I have two. So before I can even start the show, guys, I have to read off any donations that come in. So I'm definitely going to do that. Blaster, what's going on? Mike Mills, Spirituality and Advice, what's going down? Mike Mills. I think that, let me see. What kind of man ran about? Okay, let that ride out. Don't worry about that comment. It's no problem. He can definitely be here. Not a problem. What's up, Mike Mills? USMC Vet 2012. Thank you for being here, and also thank you for serving the country. Taylor Dean, CSA. What's going on? All right, now let me go ahead and get to these donations real quick, and we'll get the show started, man. Thank you guys for already being here. We already got about 50 people watching. I haven't even said a word yet, but we're gonna get it in. Y'all hit that like button for me, and we'll go ahead and get this thing started. Meki Che, what's going on? Or Makai Che, you're gonna have to let me know if I said that correctly. You're welcome, Chorus. It's definitely my honor. I want to give a shout out to, let me make sure I can say his name. My guy Cliff sent a donation. So Cliff, thank you very much for the donation. And two. Okay, he said didn't say anything there. Want to give a shout out to my guy Willoughby, who took the $5 challenge. Thank you very much, Willoughby. Appreciate the donation, my brother. Any other donations that come in, I will make sure and read them. And actually, I'm going to read you guys some information that I found on Facebook. So shout out to my sister Kelly. Kelly is a good family woman. She's a married woman. And I love the type of information that she puts out there because I believe it's important that our sisters hold themselves accountable, as well as us holding us accountable. We all hold each other accountable. But anyway, here we go. We're going to start you guys off with our intro song, and then we're going to go ahead and dive into this topic.
Southside, that's my clique. Nigga, this Southside shit. Southside.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing started. The artist is my guy Kurt Dog. As y'all can see, that's me standing next to him. Let me turn this mic down. It's a little bit hot. A little bit hot. But that's my guy Kurt Dog. KURTDOGG. Y'all can actually Google him. That is an Oklahoma legend. So shout out to my guy Kurt Dog. He should be watching the show. Let me send out one more text to let her know that I am live real quick. Boom. There you go. So she'll know where to find the link at. Again, guys, we're going to go ahead and get this thing started, and I'm going to let you know why we are coming to where we are today. Now, we're going to show you guys a video. Now, this clip is being used in research and education or history analysis of music and mass media. No citation here of works by others constitute any infringement of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. This clip conforms to all criteria determining the fair and or scholarly use of citation according to federal law, U.S. federal law, Title 17, and the U.S. Code. Fair use. Got to put that in the air real quick. All right. Let's go ahead and get this thing started, guys. Uh-oh, hold on. Y'all can't hear that.
Everything that comes back, you know, guys have chatted me up not knowing my past, but then as soon as they find out, whoa, I'm a woman, right? Okay. Forget about any T's or anything in front of it. I'm just a woman, okay? So on that score, you would date me, wouldn't you?
Not if you told me you was trans.
No, I'm not telling you I'm trans. I'm a woman.
A woman, yeah, a woman.
You would date me then?
Woman, yeah.
Right, let's have a kiss.
No.
You see, and I think
it's just not that into you.
I think
All right, you guys, bear with me for a moment. That video was cut a little bit short. Hold on. Let's see. Why was it cut so short? Bear with me a minute. Let me go back and get my link. Why would it not give me the whole thing, though? All right, let me try to pull it one more time, guys. Give me just a moment. Because that was way too short. Guys, give me just a moment. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Maybe something happened with that. I don't know. I should have pulled the whole clip. If it doesn't work this time, then I'll just play it. Hell, I'll play it through YouTube directly. Let's see. What size is that, though? This looks a little bit longer. I'm going to try this. Desktop. Where is it at?
Ginuwine here, you know, he's happy to go with women, but he's
But
not
not
happy.
every woman.
Yeah, but he's happy to go with women, but he's not happy to go. This isn't an attack on you. I'm just saying he wouldn't feel comfortable going with what is termed. He wouldn't feel comfortable going with me. If you're in my situation and you are trying to date, there is an extremely narrow band.
You're saying you're
And
not
from
gay,
my
but you're not gay.
experience, I'm not gay, but I've tried to date, and everything that comes back, you know, guys have chatted me up not knowing my past, but then as soon as they find out, whoa, I'm a woman, right?
Okay.
Forget about any T's or anything in front of it. I'm just a woman, okay? So on that score, you would date me, wouldn't you?
Not if you told me you was trans.
No, I'm not telling you I'm trans. I'm a woman.
A woman, yeah, a woman.
You would date me then?
Woman, yeah.
Go on, let's have a kiss.
No.
You see, and I think.
All right, so just so you guys understand, this is what's created the media firestorm. Again, we're using this way by way of fair use. I'm gonna show you guys this again so you guys can see what started all of this. And again, what's up to everybody in the chat? I'm gonna show you guys this one more time.
Ginuwine here, you know, he's happy to go with women, but he's
But
not
not
happy.
every woman.
Yeah, but he's happy to go with women, but he's not happy to go. This isn't an attack on you. I'm just saying he wouldn't feel comfortable going with what is termed. He wouldn't feel comfortable going with me. If you're in my situation and you are trying to date, there is an extremely narrow band.
You're saying you're
And
not
from
gay,
my
but you're not gay.
experience, I'm not gay, but I've tried to date, and everything that comes back, you know, guys have chatted me up not knowing my past, but then as soon as they find out, whoa, I'm a woman, right?
Okay.
Forget about any T's or anything in front of it. I'm just a woman, okay? So on that score, you would date me, wouldn't you?
Not if you told me you was trans.
No, I'm not telling you I'm trans. I'm a woman.
A woman, yeah, a woman.
You would date me then?
Woman, yeah.
Go on, let's have a kiss.
No.
You see, and I think.
Now, for the people that don't understand what's going on, let me say what's up to my other host of their shows, Morning Subtle. My sister Tanisha is in the building, and to King Guru is in the building, man. That's my guy, Relationship Rehab, who hosts Soto. Let me see, with Tommy on Thursday nights, the Guru and the Horror Show. I don't know why I wanted to say Soto Sports, but nonetheless, thank you guys for being here. So everybody understands what's going on here. There was a woman that was on this show with Ginuwine. These people are all technically co-workers because they're working on a show together. And the woman that you saw making an advance on Ginuwine is not actually a woman. This person was born as a man. This person was born as a man. I'm going to give you guys the definition of what they consider to be a transgender. If you guys remember from recent memory, when you had what's his name? When you had Bruce Jenner come out and said his name was Caitlyn, but he never actually had the surgery done to remove his penis or whatever, but he still considers himself to be a woman. So in a case like this, you're not even saying that you've fully been through any surgery or anything like that. You can literally just put on a dress and a wig, take some hormone pills, and consider yourself to be a full-on woman in this United States of America, the way things are nowadays. So the person that you have right here, this person right here, is making an advance on him. And what's so crazy about this is the reason we got to this subject is because this woman, this very unattractive, quote unquote woman, this man that is dressing up as a woman, made an advance on Ginuwine while they were just simply having a conversation about sexuality. And this is part of the reason why I have an issue with the LBGT community, Q, whatever it is. I have a problem with that because what it is that they want to do is they want to make their sexuality into something that is public as opposed to something that is private. I'm going to say that again. The LGBTQ community wants to take their sexuality, things that should be done behind closed doors, and they want to make these things public knowledge. They want people to know who they're having sex with, who's sucking on who's sticking who's on top of who, and all of this crazy stuff. let alone that you don't hear this go on in the heterosexual community. You don't hear us openly having conversations about who's doing what to each other sexually in the bedroom. But yet, when you have the LGBTQ community, this is what they do. Shout out to my guy, Chris Thorns, man. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate you coming through. And what you have here is this person was having a conversation with everybody. Everybody's having a conversation. And then this person out of nowhere tries to kiss and grab and hug on this grown man. This man dressing up as a woman, this so-called transgender. Because if you guys listen to what this person said in there, this person actually said, I shouldn't have to tell you whether I'm a trans, and I shouldn't have to tell you my history. So in all actuality, you don't know if this person is pre-op or post-op. Pre-op, meaning they have not had the surgery to remove their penis and their sexual organs, to have themselves reassigned to physically be a woman, so to say. Post-op is someone that has already had it done. Not only is this person not going to tell you that clearly based on what he or she just said, she just said, but they said they're not going to even tell you the history to let you know, to be able to make a fair choice as to whether you want to be with this person or not. And I'll explain exactly why so much is so wrong with that. But I'm going to play it from this point so you guys can see it again.
Find out, whoa, I'm a woman, right?
Okay.
Forget about any T's or anything in front of it. I'm just a woman, okay? So on that score, you would date me, wouldn't you?
Not if you told me you was trans.
No, I'm not telling you I'm trans.
Now, I want you guys to hear that. She said, I'm not going to tell you whether I'm a trans or not. I'm going to let you guys know what is so wrong with this, if you guys don't already know.
Okay. So on that score, you would date me, wouldn't you?
Not if you told me you was trans.
No, I'm not telling you I'm trans.
And he said if he knew, if he had the information, he would not make a decision to have sex or have a sexual encounter or date or go out with a person that is not a real born woman. He set the standard. He let that be known from the jump. So what you just heard from this person, this she person, is saying that if I have the ability to manipulate you and manipulate your choices and your decisions, I'm going to make you do something that you do not actually want to do. Now, doesn't that sound a lot like the Me Too movement? Men taking advantage of women? Are you guys getting that yet?
I'm a woman.
A woman, yeah.
You would date me then.
Woman, yeah.
Go on, let's have a kiss. You see?
Yeah,
You would date me then.
woman, yeah.
First of all, you guys have seen training videos. If you guys have ever worked jobs that had to train you to do customer service jobs, or not necessarily customer service, but any level of retail sales or anything like that, if they ever take you through sexual harassment training, especially if you work with women and stuff like that, then they'll take you through training scenarios and explain that you can't walk up and grab a woman's ass. You can't walk up and rub a woman's shoulders. You can't walk up and just hug on a woman without it being welcome. And matter of fact, they actually encourage you not to do it at all, especially in the workplace. But it's actually being taken steps further. You can't do it outside the workplace. You can't do it over the internet. You can't do it through text messages. Men aren't allowed to do any of these type of sexual advances without having some level of accountability and potentially being in a hell of a lot of trouble. But as you can see, this person right here is putting her arm or attempting to put her arm around Ginuwine. He already said he don't want that. She's going to put her arm around him, try to grab him in a chokehold, pull him over, and I'm going to stick my tongue in your mouth. I'm going to force you to do this, not only in this particular setting, but this is being broadcast on television. Watch.
Go ahead, let's have a kiss.
Now you see, he said, "Oh no!" Like when he figured out, like that's what you was putting your arm up for. She tried to grab him, put two arms around to try to pull this man behind his neck, pull him over. You are going to kiss me. You're going to perform this sexual act with me, not only in front of these people, but in front of the whole damn world. Dwayne, he said his arm, Jay, not her arm. I got that. I got it. I'm on it today.
Go ahead, let's have a kiss.
Now he said, no, I'm cool on that. And you know what was funny? He wasn't nasty about it. Ginuwine wasn't mean about it. You know, he didn't cuss her. He didn't cuss him or her out over it. He didn't give him or her no elbow. He didn't jump up and cuss her out, nothing like that. He just kind of laughed like, ha, 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 like, hey, look, I'm good. Like, you know, and what's so funny about this is I bet you there probably been, you know, plenty of times where Ginuwine has been in a relationship with a woman. I think he was in a relationship with Soleil or married to her or something like that. I bet you there have been plenty of times when there have been women behind stage that he had to avoid getting grabbed or groped or kissed or anything like that. And he had to kind of, hey, I'm good. Thank you so much. So what would be so different than him basically giving shade, polite shade to a fan, as opposed to somebody that's on this show that he has clearly spoken and said that I have no interest in you sexually at all because I'm not interested in men. I'm not interested in what you have chosen to do with your life on a sexual level.
Banned.
You're saying you're
And
not
from
gay,
my
but you're not
experience,
gay.
I'm not gay. But I've tried to.
And look, and you see that look on his face. Look at the look on his face. He's hella uncomfortable. He said, I'm not gay, but I know that you are a transgender. You are a man. You were born a man. And if you like men, then that makes you gay. Straight up. Straight up. If you are a man and you like men, that is the definition of homosexuality. That is the literal definition of homosexuality. I'm not gay, but I'm going to put a wig and a dress on, and I'm going to act like a woman, and I'm going to make a sexual advance on a man. That's gay.
And everything that comes back, you know, guys have chatted me up not knowing my past, but then as soon as they find out, whoa, I'm a woman, right?
And did you hear that? This is also why a lot of these trans people that are trying to be transgender don't tell anybody, because as soon as they tell people, listen to what she said.
But then as soon as they find out, whoa.
Did you guys hear that? As soon as they find out, whoa. Now, why is it that if it's so socially acceptable and it's supposed to be okay, and you're now a woman, now you're living your life as a woman, and people are still like, whoa, why? Because they understand that what you're doing is you're living out a lie. And they don't want you to force yourself onto them and be forced them into the same lie that you are trying to portray.
You know, guys have chatted me up not knowing my past, but then as soon as they find out, I'm a woman, right?
Okay.
Forget about any T's or anything in front of it.
Now, when she said forget about any T's in front of it, what that means when they say T, and I'm going to tell you guys something. If you guys have ever downloaded an app on the Android store, on the Apple store, there's this thing out there called Tinder, POF, plenty of fish. For any of my guys out there, shout out to my guys, my real men who have tried to date with these stupid ass apps that don't work, by the way. But if you've ever used these apps, then you understand that when you select, I am only interested in a woman, I'm only interested in this particular age range, or even if I was only interested in a particular race of woman, you actually have the right to put that in your profile and say, this is all I want to date, and this is all I wanted to pull up. What's so funny about it is that these transgenders have the ability to go in here into these apps and select and say, I feel like I'm a woman. I'm going to select myself as a woman, and I'm going to show up in all of the profiles for a woman. So what they do is they try to take pictures and look like women. They try to show they body parts and try to show how sexual they look and all of that. But I'll tell you this. I haven't been fooled, but they're doing a damn good job of trying to fool people. And I say that because what they're doing is they'll put a name, and if you're not paying attention to their screen name, then you might miss the fact that this person is a transgender. At worst, you might end up inboxing somebody that might happen to be transgender, right? And they'll usually do something like T Marie or TS something, TS or T something. If you don't pay attention to that, and a lot of times they're supposed to actually say it down there in the bottom of their description, but if they don't, then if you didn't catch it in the screen, exactly. Thank you, Jeremiah. TS. That's what that means. Transgender, trans, T's.
Just a woman, okay? So on that score, you would date me, wouldn't you?
Now, another thing I think is also funny is that women do not like to be objectified. They do not like to be forced into doing something that they don't want to do. And what this woman is literally saying, this she is saying is because I classify myself as a woman, so you should want me just because I'm a woman. Don't know anything about you. Clearly, she said, if you knew my history, I'm not telling you my history. So you don't know if this person has a job, if this person, has a bunch of kids, if this person is on the run from the law, if this person is a murderer, if this person is a psychopath. You know nothing about this person's history because this person is making a conscious decision to not tell you anything about their past based on what she said. Based on what she said, you're not going to know anything about this person's past. So I'm curious. For the 140 people, 150 people, however many we have watching right now, you guys give me a 5 in the chat if you guys would openly kiss somebody in the mouth that you don't know. Or let somebody walk up to you that you don't know and stick your tongue in their mouth. If it was a guy, would you let any random woman, especially if she's unattractive, because this she person, even if it was a woman, ain't attractive at all. Would you just let anybody just walk up and just kiss you in the mouth? I see some people are doing the zipper face. I feel that, Legendary Drew. Let's flip it on the ladies. Ladies, if there was a man that was unattractive, would you let a man walk up to you and you don't know nothing about him, you don't know his history, you don't know anything where his mouth has been or nothing like that. Would you let a man walk up to you, grab you around the neck, pull you back, and try to kiss you in your mouth?
Not if you told me you was trans.
No, I'm not telling you I'm trans.
That's the problem right there. This man wants to know something. He said, I want to know if you're trans or not. No, I'm not going to tell you. What? Matter of fact, this is a lot of problem with the dynamic in the male-female relationship to begin with, because people are asking questions, pertinent questions, very important questions, and people are not giving answers to those questions. That's a huge problem.
A woman.
A woman, yeah.
Woman,
yeah.
Go on, let's have a kiss.
No.
You see, and I think Ginuwine here.
All right, guys. So that's where we are right now. So we're going to go ahead and bring this thing back to our regularly scheduled station. Now, I wonder what you guys think about this. And again, man, shout out to my guy Hairbox Fool that's watching us from the UK. We also have some other people watching us from outside of the United States. So I definitely appreciate you guys for being here. But I think it's a little bit weird. It's kind of like, I'll give you guys an example, because we're in a time where we're in the midst of cultural revolution at this point. Okay. Like you have the Time's Up movement, and you guys let me know what other movements we have out there. I know that Packer Girl was on the show with us recently, and we talked about the Me Too movement. We talked about Emily Linden and her talking about, her movement, talking about how if they feel like they want to get rid of some men, they can literally just say whatever just to get those men out of their power. You have women rebelling against sexual assault. You have women rebelling against being harassed, being talked to a certain way, being touched a certain way, being thought of in a certain way, being invited to situations in a certain way. And women also fighting against unwanted sexual advantages. I want you guys to put a pin in that one. Unwanted sexual advantages or advances, excuse me. Women are fighting against unwanted sexual advances, sexual harassment, any type of harassment. You have the Me Too movement, you have the Time's Up movement. These two people that you just saw are at work. They're on a TV show. They are at work. And the tranny, made an unwanted sexual advance towards a man. In this case, it's Ginuwine, somebody that we happen to know, love, and revere as a R&B artist. If you were to switch those roles, what if Ginuwine made that same type of advance at this person that we're calling a woman? How do you think that would have went, guys? what would the consequences be? Especially if we shame the woman for not wanting to kiss Ginuwine. What do you guys think about that? What do you think the firestorm would be about that? If Ginuwine tried to kiss this woman and we started shaming this woman, that's saying that she should have wanted to kiss him just because it's Ginuwine, because he's attractive, because he sold millions of records, you should have wanted to kiss him. And then she turns around and wants to file a lawsuit and say he made an unwanted sexual advance against me. He would be wrong. Thank you. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Based on the video that you just saw, was Ginuwine not being hugged and kissed or trying to be kissed against his will? Do you guys consider someone trying to put their arm around your neck and pull you to bring you in and reel you in to kiss you? Is that not a sexual advance? Is that not trying to take advantage of Ginuwine against his will? Do you not have the right to reject their advances, their sexual advances? It's just like I explained, like if a woman were backstage and Ginuwine is married and women are all up on him and they trying to grab on him and grab his in his genital areas and trying to kiss him and feel on him, does he not have a right to say, whoa, I don't want to do that. I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a woman. I don't care if you're a transgender. I don't want you touching me. I don't want you feeling on me. I don't want you making sexual advances towards me. Does he not have the right to say, I'm good? You guys tell me. When it comes to me, the gender to me really doesn't make a big difference. In my opinion, right is right and wrong is wrong. Double standards. Thank you, Dragon. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Where's the double standard here? This is the problem with a lot of these feminist movements, because they are not fair. And what we cannot do as men and women, as a society in the United States, is we cannot continue to be just blatantly unfair to men. You cannot do this. We cannot live like this. You cannot say treat women with the utmost respect and give no respect to men. Do I need to pull up that video again? Did you guys not see that video of the women that were at a concert at I can't remember which concert it was, but maybe you guys could tell me in the chat. But where women were at a concert and they literally said, you know what, forget the women's bathroom, we're going to go flood the men's bathroom. And there were actually men in the men's bathroom using the facilities. And next thing you know, 10, 15, 20, 30 women, black women on top of that, man. Shout out to my sisters, man. We got to do better. We got to do better. We have to. That video was sickening. But I know they posted it in the group. So if you guys want to email me at thesottoyoudig@gmail.com, send me the link and I'll show that also, where there was about 20, 30 black women and they were recording in the bathroom, showing that they were taking over the men's bathroom and saying, you know what, I see y'all in here with y'all genitals exposed. We don't care about that. We don't come in here and use y'all bathroom, and we don't care if it's disrespectful to y'all or not. Flip that on the other side, and men are filling up the men's bathroom, and they're like, you know what, this bathroom's too full. 30, 40 men just walk into the women's bathroom and say, screw y'all, we need to get y'all up out of here. We're going to come take a piss on y'all toilets. How do you think that would have went over? And recorded it. What if the men turn around and recorded the fact that they went into a women's bathroom while women were actively using the bathroom and walked in on them? Men will be crucified. Thank you, Latanya. Another thing I want to touch on. Why is it okay to lie to people? We did a show about this before. Why is it okay for us to lie? Jail time. Thank you, James. James said it'd be jail time. And you guys can see what it says right there on the chat. You guys see what everybody's in there posting. Anything that you guys post will show up in there. We got about 140 people watching. I expect for us to have 140 likes. Thank everybody that's here right now. And we'll wrap this up here in a little bit. I want to know, why is it okay for us to lie? Now, when we talk about lying, I consider somebody being untruthful or somebody withholding information that they know is pertinent to a situation to be a lie. If I ask you a question, if you give me something other than something that's factual, that's a lie to me. Now, the definition of lie as a verb is, let me see, can be in or assume. No, not that. Not that. I need it as a noun, not a verb. Or, let me see, not that. Let me look up liar. Maybe that'll be a little bit easier since Google don't want to pull it up correctly. Let's see, liar definition. All right, we're going to go to Merriam-Webster.com. A person who tells lies and has a reputation as a liar. I need to be a little more specific than that, though, pimpin'. Nope. 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 I don't know why it doesn't want to give the correct definition of lying. But again, if I ask a person a question, I mean, we all should know what a lie is. A lie is when I ask you a question asking for factual information. If you intentionally, you know what, Miss Nobody, I have no idea because I literally just looked it up a bunch of different ways, like 5 or 6 different ways. If you guys find the correct definition, post it in the chat. Let me know exactly what it says, what a lie is, because it's talking about basically lying down, being in a state of lying. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. To create a false or misleading impression. Thank you, Dragon. I like that. To create a false or misleading impression. I like that. Why is it okay to lie to people, especially to lie about your sexuality? Let me give you guys a scenario for the women out there. How many women do we have out there? Women, give yourselves a shout out. Give a 5 in the chat. Give a thumbs up. Say what's up, whatever. Let me know that y'all are in the building. I see we got a few ladies here, but let me ask you ladies a question. If you're a man, if you're a boyfriend or somebody that you're interested in talking to, if you asking them questions, how many kids does he have? Does he have a job? Has he ever had any sexually transmitted diseases? Where is he from? What type of education background do you have? Miss Nobody actually gave me a perfect definition right there. Person who tells lies as a synonym of deceiver, fibber, perjurer, false witness, fabricator, equivocator. Thank you so much for putting that in there. I like that. I did, Young Sykes. I typed it in earlier and it gave me everything except what I was looking for. But there my ladies are. They're in the chat. Ladies, how would you feel if you asked your man all of these different questions and you know what he told you? Something other than the truth. And then next thing you know, you done got into a relationship with this man and you find out, damn, I thought you said you didn't have any kids. And you got 6? This is the man that you're dating, that you're interested in. And he tells you he has no kids, or he tells you he has 1 kid. And you find out that he's got several kids by several different baby mamas. Is anything wrong with this? If you ask this man if he has a job, and then come to find out that this man literally is collecting money from some other woman, or maybe has his mama giving him money, paying his bills, that this man really ain't got no job. If this man tells you, I went to college and I got a bachelor's degree, and then come to find out this fool didn't even finish high school. Is this a problem for my ladies? Then y'all would be perverts. Thank you, Jana, baby. Thank you. Exactly. Now, what she's talking about is if men walked into the women's restroom and just took over their restroom. You damn right, they would be crucified. They absolutely would. Lying is all bad. It is. It should be. I don't think there are very many women out there. I know there are some that don't mind being lied to. I know that they do exist. Hashtag not all, right? We got to say that. But the mass majority of women do not like to be lied to. I believe that the mass majority of men do not like to be lied to. So if I ask you a question that needs a definitive factual answer, if you give me something other than that, then that's considered to be a lie. So in a case about your sexuality, if I want to know if you were born a woman, do you have any children? What type of reproductive organs do you have if we're going to have a sexual encounter? I would like to know this. So that way I can make a clear, conscious decision as to whether I want to engage in this or whether I don't. You should have the right to know. You should have the right. You should be entitled to the truth. So for that particular he, she person to tell Ginuwine, I wouldn't tell you what my past is. I wouldn't tell you whether I'm a transgender or not. That's a lie. You are openly lying. That shit is wrong. And if women hate men that have sex with other men, oh man, how many times have you guys heard about women talking about, these dudes be on the down low? These dudes have had sex. Now, if with other men, and if you think about it, if you think about this, really, really think about this. If you want a man to be 100% honest, and this man feels it in his heart to be 100% honest with you about everything, and let's just say that this man were tricked, lied to, manipulated, fabricated into believing something that is not factual, and he unintentionally slept with somebody that was born a man, would you still be mad and judge that man for sleeping with a man that he did not know was a man? Most women would say, it doesn't matter. I still don't want to be with you because you just did some gay shit. Alabaster said, got rid of my ex because he was on the down low. Wow. But what's funny is if Ginuwine would have allowed this person to make this unwanted sexual advance against him, he could be considered to be on the down low. How would his wife would have felt about that? If women hate men that have had sex with other men or with transgenders, Bobby Valentino, then why would we encourage this behavior? If women hate the fact that men have sex with other men, intentionally or unintentionally, or with transgenders, why would they encourage this particular behavior? You guys have to understand where the source of the issue is, recognize it, call it out, and say that it's wrong. Because if you don't, in the end, it's going to have a catastrophic effect. Not only on you, not only on your society, but I can guarantee you that you're going to increase the odds that that shit is going to happen to you. Mark my words. We have to stop the BS from the jump. Again, for the people that missed it, we're going to wrap this thing up, but I'm going to show you guys this video again. And shout out to my baby
Ginuwine here, is happy to go with women.
Hold on, you're starting a little soon. Again, shout out to my baby Jana. She might have missed this, but I'm going to show this video again, baby. It's really short, but I'm going to show this real quick so you guys can understand why this conversation is sparked up.
But he's
But
not
not
happy.
every woman.
Yeah, but he's happy to go with women, but he's not happy to go. This isn't an attack on you. I'm just saying he wouldn't feel comfortable going with what is termed, he wouldn't feel comfortable going with me. If you're in my situation and you are trying to date, there is an extremely narrow band.
You're saying you're
and
not
from
gay,
my
but you're not
experience,
gay.
I'm not gay, but I've tried to date, and everything that comes back, guys have chatted me up not knowing my past, but then as soon as they find out, whoa, I'm a woman, right? Okay. Forget about any T's or anything in front of it. I'm just a woman, okay? So on that score, you would date me, wouldn't you?
Not if you told me you was trans.
No, I'm not telling you I'm trans. I'm a woman.
A woman, yeah, a woman.
You would date me then.
Woman, yeah.
Go on, let's have a kiss. You see, and I think...
Now, for everybody that missed it, you guys have seen it now. We've got about 150 people watching. Of course, we have used this video by way of fair use. Let me put my fair use up here so you guys can see that. This clip is being used in research and education. No citation here of works by others constitutes any infringement of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. This clip conforms to all criteria determining the fair and scholarly use of citation according to U.S. federal law, Title 17 in the U.S. Code. Again, shout out to Fair Play for sending me the fair use logo, which is down here in the bottom. You guys can see that. Fair use. All right. Again, thank you guys, man. If you guys want to hop on this panel and talk about it for a minute, shoot me an email at thesodayoudig@gmail.com. And I'm going to play this intro song again, and then we'll go from there.
This a love shot track. For you, baby.
It's just Jay and I'm back again. I'm from the north side where we get it in. You know it's Love Shack on the track again.
Relax yourself, dog, please settle down. 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 Relax yourself, dog, please settle down.
My sense of pride got me paranoid. Make it hard to trust, can never fill the void. Kinda like a loner, don't need to have friends. Who can you really trust? Not even best friends. Spin your ends, they pretend, feel what I'm saying. Images portraying, deceit is amazing. Peep the metaphor, I'm kicking knowledge, homie. Elevate your mind, religious testimony. I never was a phony, always kept it real. Oklahoma City, that's where I hang and chill. Always on my grind, barely ever sleep. Sacrifice to get it, family gotta eat. Pardon my position, I'm just on a mission. All my wildest dreams came into fruition. Getting to the money, play the game for keeps. Even in the cold, always got the heat. Just Jay and I'm back again.
Just another day to sit back and parlay with all of the homies. Just another day, you having your fun with all of the love. Just another day. Just another day. As I'm chilling, feeling the vibe, I'm looking back at my life and I'm lucky to be alive, cause I done been through it all, but luckily I survived. Now I'm out on my own trying to provide, got a little crib out on the south for a little ride. If you coming through, bring us a bottle and come inside. I'm just trying to kick it with my kinfolk. I'm getting money now, but I've been broke. I know how it is trying to stay afloat. I'm on a mission to get it, don't need permission to spit it. I know you wishing you did it, you loving the way I fit it, but check out the way I kick it. Hold up, I got it from the mud, straight from the dirt. I do it for the fan, do it for the turf. I didn't have a lot, but I made it work. Get it popping and they gon' hate. Just another day chilling in the old state. Chilling in the old state.
We're sending this one to the music and you, to the tunes of your life that made you get up and move. Kurt put the track in here and I set my lyrics to groove. Now old city bobbing with us cause this groove is smooth. After a long day of work, man, with your deck tunes. I see brothers Brucey Collins and Al Green coming through. And now you're doing it through a love check in Sandtown. And the Tribe Quest time I swing got to be ready to move. And we gon' push this hella hard and get this street approved. And make this something old folks and grandkids ride to. Ain't no point in no fingers, it's dedicated to who ever got a love for music and what music could do. It could be hip hop, country, rock, rhythm or blues, whatever it takes to get you relaxed and get your mind amused. Cause a world without music would be so confused. It'd be a world of domination and we all would lose. That's why I keep on thanking God for making these musical tools. So we gon' keep on healing souls and making this music.
Just another day to sit back and parlay with all of the homies. Just another day, you having your fun with all of the love. Just another day. Just another day. Fight dog, rest in peace.
All right, guys. I wanted to read you guys something. Shout out to my sister Kelly. I wanted to read from her Facebook page. And I thought this was kind of interesting. Hold on. Cancel. There we go. Now, shout out to my sister Kelly. She said, and I just took a screenshot and I thought I'd read this. She said, women have fought for decades for sexual freedom, a say in who can have their bodies, when and to stand firm and proudly for it. Somehow men have been stripped of this right in the past few years. Rejecting the sexual advances of gay or transgender people has been deemed homophobic or transphobic. Rejecting the sexual advances of gay or transgender people has been deemed homophobic or transphobic. Just because you believe you're a woman or man does not mean you get full rights and authority to heterosexual men who want to be with a woman. It is absolutely disgusting that we have become a society that has to shame men into submission. Which link, Sinead? Which link are you talking about? Let me make sure it's still there. That link is there, so I'll just copy directly from there. There you go, Sinead. Try that link. And if you guys want to shoot any donations, I'll be reading the donations off here in just a moment, because I had a couple more come through. And I'm going to read those off for you guys. Host is a good speaker. I like him. Yeah, man, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. I want to kind of keep this short and sweet today. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. And I think Tommy might end up going live at some point today. So definitely appreciate it. If you guys haven't already done so, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, because when you do, if you subscribe live, then you'll actually see a little notification will pop up down here at the bottom. If you have never subscribed here before, then it's something really cool will pop up. But we're doing really good. We should reach 10,000 subscribers here, I think maybe March or so, pretty quick. So thank you guys for continuing to spread the message, but we're getting pretty close. Again, shout out to my sister Kelly. Also, she posted slut shaming, fat shaming, transphobia, homophobia are all terms used to control the sexuality of men. I want you guys to think about that. This is why I got in touch with my sister Kelly. And you know, I love her and her husband and their kids, man. They're awesome people. But Kelly be posting the damn truth, man. Really, like her Facebook posts are like so amazing, because she's just very, very fair. But she said slut shaming, fat shaming, transphobia, homophobia are all terms used to control the sexuality of men. And she also posted, why don't trans men see? She's on the same page that I'm on. What she said is, she said, why don't trans men and trans women date one another instead of pursuing unwitting men and women? Let that soak in for a minute. Because this has been my solution from the jump when it came to the LGBTQ whatever community. This is what I've always said. If gay men want another man that acts feminine, this thing here, then why not get with a gay woman? A femme, what they call a femme. If you guys know your terminology, femmes and studs. The stud is the one that acts like the dude. The femme is the one that acts like a woman. You can literally get an overly effeminate woman if you're a gay man and still get all the benefits. If you are a stud that likes feminine femme women, it seems like the likely selection would be to get with a dude that likes to cross dress, that type of gay dude. And he could be your woman and you could be the masculine man. And then biology still has a chance to work itself out and y'all can still have a successful family. That's what I've always believed in. I believe that maybe there was some type of way this was supposed to work out, but it ain't supposed to work out with same-sex people. It's just not supposed to work like that. But what her suggestion was why don't trans men and trans women date one another instead of pursuing unwitting men and women? That actually makes a hell of a lot of sense. So shout out to my sister Kelly. I wanted to read that. And guys, if nobody else wants to hop on the panel here, I haven't got an email about that, then we can wrap this thing up, man. If you guys need anything from me, you guys know that you can send me links, information, or whatever it is to thesotoyoudig@gmail.com. I believe I've said everything I could say about this. You know, I believe that people should move away from liars. I believe that liars should literally be, cast them out, call them out, call people out on their hypocrisy. Because if you don't, then it's going to start to, it's kind of like a virus. It's kind of like a plague. It's a cancer. And it's going to start to infect the whole body of the United States and our society. And it's going to infect us in a way that you guys are not going to be happy. Okay. Again, man, take care of your kids, take care of your relationships. You know, continue to be honest, continue to be open. When people ask you questions, give them truthful, factual answers. Okay. Again, man, this is your boy DJ Just J signing out. You guys hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. We are on our way out of here. And let me read these last couple of donations that came through. Yes, we did get more donations. All right. And I gotta say, man, it usually comes from the usual people that that are here all the time donating. And you guys could take the $1 challenge, you guys could take the $5 challenge, whatever you guys want to do. But you know, I try not to pressure anybody about that at all. But you know, it definitely does make it easier for us to be able to do what we do on a regular basis, to be able to make the show better, for us to be able to bring better content to the table. So let me give a shout out to my guy Cliff. Cliff sent a donation. Thank you, Cliff. To my guy Willie B. Willie B sent a donation, took the $5 challenge. Thank you very much. Let me make sure I can read this one. This comes from Nicole P. and says, glad to see you doing well, showing some love, and glad you're addressing this topic. Thank you very much. Very much, Nicole. Appreciate that. To my guy, make sure I can read his name. To my guy Percy, he said, showing love, took the $5 challenge. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Let's see, I think they're in the chat. To Taylor D. Taylor D. Also appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And we had one more come through from my sister Sinead. Didn't have a message there, but Sinead always shows love and always shows love on the donation. So I definitely appreciate that. If any other ones come through, I definitely will appreciate it. I will make sure and send you guys an email to make sure and personally thank you. And sometimes, depending on the amount that you send, I send you a little something special in return. Again, man, thank you guys. And we'll be back here again, maybe later tonight, maybe sometime later this week. Again, hit that subscribe button, make sure and share the show, and let me know what you guys think. This is your boy DJ Just J signing off, man. Peace.